We often think success comes from accomplishing more. More meetings, more hustle, more goals. Because we believe if we can move faster, work harder, grind longer, we can outrun the chaos and find clarity. But what if clarity isn't found at the finish line? What if it's something we uncover step by step and by slowing down? I didn't learn this in the classroom or reading a textbook or in the boardroom. I found this on a dirt path walking across Spain. Hiking more than 800 kilometers with one foot in front of the other on the ancient pilgrimage of the El Camino de Santiago. My name is Steve Diasio, and I'm here to share 3 messages about how to find your way. In today's world, we are buried under constant noise. If it's the noise in our head that says we're not good enough, the notifications on our devices, endless meetings, we are constantly driven and called for our attention and time. We often sprint through life thinking faster equals freer. But faster only made me feel more trapped. In 2017, I made a different decision. I stopped sprinting. I started walking. Every pilgrim on the Camino carries a rucksack. That rucksack is filled with everything they believe they need for their journey. I filled my rucksack with only the essentials. And a mind weighed down by ambition, anxiety, an endless list of to-dos. As educators, we see the stresses with our students when we meet with them. They share their own concerns about their mental health, their feelings of being overwhelmed by school and life, how they're not even sure if they can continue to move forward. As professionals, in our work environment, in the institutions we find ourselves in, we meet with colleagues. They share how stressed they are, how busy, how they're exhausted, and on the verge of burnout. Research supports this. A recent study, 24, by Healthy Minds, shared that 1 in 3 of all U.S. college students experience some sort of anxiety and depressive symptoms. On the global scale, the statistics are even scarier. A research study done by Harvard and the University of Queensland informed us that 1 in all 2 people in the world will develop a mental health disorder. What I finished with on the Camino was something far lighter. Clarity, direction, and a strong sense of what truly matters. I remember the beginning. The Camino Français, Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, France. It has such a romantic and innocent name until you look up and see the Pyrenees towering down. With my pack pressed against my spine, carrying more than gear, holding every doubt I've ever had in my life. And before I could take my first step, I could feel it throughout my body. Fear paralyzing me. It whispered, "You're not ready." 2 hours into the hike, the sky opened up. Not a gentle rain, a downpour. A relentless, cold, and punishing downpour. Everything I wore clung to me, soaked, heavy, and unforgiving. I started to spiral. I questioned everything. Why am I doing this? What am I trying to prove? And to whom? I finished the day physically wrecked. Body throbbing, hands and feet blistered, mind unraveling. And in that exhaustion, in that humbling, brutal, silent part of the storm, something shifted. That noise, my noise, began to fall away. The stripping down had begun. And in that moment, the Camino taught me my first lesson. You can't outrun the weight you carry. Weight on the Camino becomes your friend. Every sock, every gadget, every just-in-case item. You feel it. And on the 10th kilometer, you realize that weight, it's not just uncomfortable. It's not sustainable. On the Camino, I had to ask myself, what did I really need to carry in order to move forward? What could I leave behind? In life, we accumulate stresses, worries, fears. We tell ourselves that it's necessary until the burden is too heavy to bear. We rarely ask these difficult questions to ourselves. We continue to pile on more, thinking we can outwork the weight. But the truth is, you can't outrun what you refuse to release. Success isn't about carrying more. It's carrying what matters. The second lesson the Camino taught me is movement resets the mind. Every pilgrim walks between 5 and 8 hours each day. At first, it was very difficult for me. My mind craved distraction. It wanted that noise. And then something started to change. My mind started to create space to reflect. Those thoughts that were tangled up began to unweave. Those solutions to problems that we couldn't see began to appear in the blue sky. That movement didn't just help me physically, it recalibrated my mind. At home, I had confused activity for progress. On the Camino, I learned stillness in motion creates real clarity. You don't always have to think harder. Not all answers come on a schedule. Some require patience, an extra breath, an extra step, or motion. The third lesson the Camino taught me: progress is measured by consistency. Some days, the kilometers flew by. Other days, I could feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. Many mornings, I wanted to quit. And many afternoons, I counted each and every painful step to the next town. And that's the humble truth about progress. It doesn't come when the days are easy. It's when we persist through the times when they're hard. We talk about resilience. Resilience isn't about powering through each day perfectly. It's about showing up imperfectly and accepting ourselves. Progress isn't about finishing fast. It's about refusing to quit when your path gets tough. Each one of us carries a rucksack in life. It's filled with what we believe we needed, but may no longer be. Much like the Camino and life, it asks us to walk with intention, to choose what we carry. Today, tomorrow, you have a choice. Carry more, struggle harder. Carry less, move better. Because if you do, you will get closer to your goals and walk closer to yourself. I'm challenging each one of you. Tomorrow, go for a walk. No phone, no music, no agenda. Listen. Ask yourself, is there anything I'm carrying that no longer serves me? And if it's just one thing, set it down. The clarity you are looking for is already inside you, waiting for you to step inward, step by step. Buen camino.